did we all collectively love this book in 2018?
I have an interesting history with The Hating Game.
I'm in a glass case of emotions.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna and this is for Pause in a Book. I make book and lifestyle related content, so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and down below. Today we're going to be talking about The Hating Game. We're going to be talking about The Hating Game. I'm going to be reading the book, and the movie comes out on December 10th. I think it's something that we have talked about on BookTube for a couple of years now. I think they optioned this as a movie, like, maybe mid-2018, and then, like, I don't know. It was so slow. I'm sure COVID probably had something to do with it. But there's been a lot of talk about it. There's a lot of talk about, like, how the actors aren't great picks. I have an interesting history with The Hating Game as far as the book is concerned. I read it back in 2018, very early 2018. It was, like, right at the beginning of my channel. I was a baby booktuber. I didn't know what I was doing. I read this book as part of the very first Contemporary-a-thon that I did. I think this was the second one that they did, but I wasn't part of BookTube in 2017, so 2018, everyone was reading this book. It was like the unofficial group book of Contemporary-a-thon because everyone was reading it, and it fit a lot of prompts for that readathon, which I have no idea what it was anymore. It's been a while. This was one of Chelsea's favorite books. It was, like, a lot of the hosts were talking about it. Like, everyone on BookTube was talking about it. So I was like, okay, I have to read it. I ended up giving it 5 stars when I read it. I don't think I really knew what I was talking about. I went back and watched my vlog of, like, when I was talking about this, and, I was like, oh, it's I'm being generous about 5 stars, because I felt like I was, like, very new to the community. I really didn't know, like, I came from the bullet journal YouTube sphere, which is kind of toxic, and then I'm, like, literally 6 weeks into booktubing, if that, and I was like, what if I don't like BookTube's most beloved book? So it's 5 stars, and, like, now I don't care. So I'll be very interested to see how I feel about it. I don't know that it will be the same because from February of 2018 to now I have read a lot of romance. A lot of very diverse romance in terms of sexuality and body type and race and just everything. So we'll see how this goes. And then I'm going to watch the movie. I don't know. I feel like at Christmas, that's the only time I ever want to watch a rom-com. I don't know. For someone who reads a lot of romance, I do not watch a lot of romance. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it's adapted. And then I'm going to come back at the end and I'm going to talk about it. So, let's get to the vlog portion of this.
Okay. I have words. I am 65% of the way through The Hating Game. I've been listening to it quite a bit, just on audio. I had a couple of days of driving. In fact, I'm still in the middle of it. So I pulled into a rest stop to talk because I have words. Why did we all collectively love this book in 2018? Like, what mind power were we under? And the funny thing is that no one liked her book after that. I don't even remember what it was called. And I think that there's been really mixed reviews about her newest one. And, like, here's the thing. The book is fine. The book is fine if you want a boring, cis-het, like, normal is the wrong word. Like, it does nothing to, like, confront social norms. The woman is a size 2 or whatever, like 5 foot nothing, skinny white girl. and the man is a very tall, muscular, tall, dark, and handsome, abs for days, whatever. And, like, he's very alpha. And, like, okay. I mean, it's fine if all you want is a steamy romance. But, like, there are better books. There are better books. Why this book? Why? There's nothing, like, inherently wrong with this book. Okay? Other than, like, there are a few times where, like, she's like, oh, he's gonna kill me. And I'm like, well, that's a red flag. And then literally 3 sentences later, she's like, he's such a gentleman. I'm like, but actually, he is not. He's a gaslighting alpha fuck. Anyway, I have opinions, and I don't love this book nearly as much as I did in 2018. And I think it's just because, like I said in my intro, I've read some really good romance books. And when you have, I mean, like, I'm coming off of All the Feels by Olivia Dade, which can, like, the main character is a plus-size woman and who has anxiety, and the love interest has ADHD, and, like, they have their own stories behind the romance. And this one, like, tries to, but it doesn't do what Olivia Dade is doing or Talia Hibbert is doing. And, like, it's not anything spectacular. This book is not great. Okay, I'm gonna continue driving. But those are my 2 cents today.
Okay, I tried to film this once already, and then I realized I forgot things, and I'm just gonna start over. It's December 10th today, which means that the movie comes out today, so I'm about to go start it. But let's talk about the book first, because I didn't do that. So, The Hating Game. Not as good the second time around. And I think that this is why. I've read so many romances between February of 2018 and now, almost 3 years later. And I've read really, really good romances. And this one, while not bad, per se, is not doing anything spectacular. It's a very heteronormative, normal, attractive, like, what media defines as attractive couple. There's nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. Like, it's Hallmark, essentially. It says, talks about it over and over and over again, how Lucy is this cute little petite girl. And, like, fine, love that for you, but that's not a general, like, that's not a majority of the population. And so, like, because of that, I didn't love it as much. And, like, if you go back to my very early videos, which I do not recommend you doing, but, like, I think I said I gave it 5 stars, but it was one of those things that in my head I was like, well, I have to give it 5 stars because everyone's giving it 5 stars. And, like, I don't know what kind of, like, spell we were all under in 2017, 2018, but this ain't it. It's hard for me to think back. First off, 2018 is a year that I don't think about, like, for the most part. I mean, was there not anything else? Like, was the standard heteronormative romance just the only thing we had? And so this is what we thought was good? So I'm giving it 3 stars. It's fine. It's fine. It didn't do anything terrible. I do think this book suffered because it was only in Lucy's POV. I think that, like, some of my favorite romances, there's always a back and forth between the two. And you get, like, you only get Josh's perspective, or, like, what he's doing from Lucy's perspective. And so it seems very one-sided, he goes from being an awful person to, like, overnight becoming this sweet guy. Which I understand is, like, the hate to love trope. But if we would have had more of his story, if we would have had his backstory's interesting. If we would have had more of that, like, I think maybe I would have liked it better. I would have, like, been more attached to these two as a couple, but as it were, not so much. So yeah, I'm gonna start the movie and we're gonna see how it goes. I've seen a couple of people on Instagram talk about how it's pretty good. So I'm, it's probably gonna be like a cheesy Hallmark movie. I've been watching those, like the Hallmark Christmas movies for a couple nights now, so we'll see. If I get completely bored or not, we'll see. But yeah, let's go watch it.
I'm in a glass case of emotions.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
I am Boo Boo the Fool. Is that a real thing? I don't know. I really liked that movie. I thought it was really cute. I think it was really well done, but at the same time, like, it was kind of its own thing. Like, I think it held true to the book in ways that mattered. I think that there were some word for word dialogue. Like, some things were really closely adapted, but then other things were different. And I liked that. I like that they made it kind of Christmassy, weirdly enough. I don't know, I think it fit with the vibe of like Hallmark Christmassy type movies. So yeah, I really liked it. I think that it was really well done. I like highly recommend it. If you like rom-com type shows or movies or whatever, I highly recommend this. It's a good time. I got it on Apple TV. I think I also saw it on YouTube TV that you could rent it. So there is that. I think it's in a couple of AMC theaters if you like actually wanted to go to the theater and do, watch it. But yeah, I think that there was a lot of conversation around the casting of Josh, and like there were some people that didn't like the casting, but I think they had some really good chemistry. I think the chemistry was done so well. And like I was talking about with the book, where we were like stuck in Lucy's head, this one I think, because like obviously it's not a book, so you're not in someone's head, it's not first person POV, you get a little bit more of Josh's personality. There's like, even though it's still kind of from her perspective, you get these like, close glances and like the looks and things like that they focus on. And I think like just in that little bit, you're getting a little bit more of Josh that you need in the book. And yeah, I really liked it. Didn't like the casting of Danny. I don't know, he was just like meh. So there's that. But yeah, very much enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below. What did you think? Did you watch it? I'm very much trying not to be spoilery. So we're not doing spoilers. But let me know down in the comments below if you watched it and if you liked it or if you're planning to watch it. And yeah, we'll talk down there. That's all I have for you today. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little red button that you can do so down below the video. And all of the other links to my social media will be in the description below if you'd like to be my friend on any other platform. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.